Pretty.
Tulsa's #1 podcast.
Showtime, baby.
It's Castro X, Eyes Open, dubbed the home of the emotionally naked. A podcast about anything and everything. If you don't like it, with all due respect, fuck you.
For ramen casserole, beat it to a thick booty bad bitch. She'll fucking kill me if I try to feed her cabbage. Pussy fried catfish. I'ma hit them boys with Mandalorian hat tricks. I ain't never had shit till I turn to rapping. Po rapper to rapper, Kappa Lambda, I'm on some fried shit. Packing on packers damage, stamina, stacking damage, acting out like an asses. If you moving against me, it's like molasses. Should've taken some classes. Baby, what is he rapping? If you couldn't hack it, then maybe you should trash it. I'ma serve it like a delivery package. Misery's a habit in the latest fashion. She like to pull up in the fastest. Hoop me with the black tip. We get it crackin', she releasing the dragon. Hold up, fire breathing. I am not a heathen. I am just a lion crushing everything he's saying. Heat-seeking missile launcher with a beacon. With all due respect, fuck you for even speaking, ho.
Yo, it's your man King Castro X coming at y'all live and direct with the With All Due Respect podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I got my co-host, Gavin The God, in the motherfucking building. Talk to them.
What's up, beautiful?
To my left, you know what I'm saying, we got that motherfucker, RedBeard, in the motherfucking building. He the dude who brings all this shit together, films everything we do. You know what I'm saying, from bottom to top. You know what I mean? RedBeard, Kevin Douglas, what's
Something
good,
like
baby?
that, man. Everything's good, baby.
Most def, yeah, we chilling. We in here, you know what I mean? We looking, you know what I'm saying, fresh. I'm not supposed to address the shades, but I'm
talking about.
Talk about this.
Man, this right here, bro. Shout out to Shein the app, not Shein.com. I've been trying to since we've been doing the battles, we can talk about it. It's a good opening topic.
Right.
I want to put off the image that we're doing things. So I want to look nice for us. It's, you know what I'm saying? We already got the cinematic feel when you watch the cameras. I want everybody up there to look decent. So I've been buying outfits that are going to make me stand out as a host. You know what I'm saying? That are going to make me look different. I got a whole suede fit.
You got the fade now, too.
I did cut the hair. Is this your first time seeing me with the fade?
Yeah. I wanted to see it fresh.
Yeah,
but
I got to get a cut again. But when we met, I had dreads.
You did. That's why it's such a big deal. When I saw that, I was like, damn.
I had the locks.
He had dreads.
This your first time seeing? You saw me.
No,
at
I've
the
seen
battle.
pictures with. I've seen this.
More of his focus was on the dreads, and then he had videos of dread tutorials and shit. It wasn't more battle rap back then. It was
Right.
It was different.
Dreadlock. Shout out to Nicovelli for putting me into that energy, man, sending me in that direction. But I just want us to look good, brother. You know, dress for success type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be half-ass delusional and believe. You know what I'm saying? I'm wholeheartedly investing in believing in what's to come. I'm so far ahead in the future, but I'm also focused on the right here and now, and that's why I'm trying to prepare myself to a degree for what's to come. You know what I'm saying? For us and.
You look like a local business owner that's doing really well.
Man, that's exactly what we finna be. Finna be a local business owner that we all eating off of. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be the dopest employer, you know what I'm saying, in Tulsa. Coming soon. If you a creator, tap in with your mans. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be building. Got a lot to do though before we get there.
We're working on it.
We are. I've been stressed, bro. I've been stressed.
You ain't been stagnant though. You know, you've been making progress.
I refuse, man. He deals with it. He knows, bro. There is no stagnancy when it comes to the king.
You two stay busy.
We do.
We fucking do.
That's why I'm
Feel like you got
hoping I'm gonna have enough energy to branch out into this other stuff I'm talking about doing.
What is you were talking about documentaries? You want to get into that?
Yeah, well, I started out with this project shortly before we started doing this, like 6 months ago.
That's why we linked in the first place.
Has it only been 6 months?
Or so.
Yeah?
I think so.
Or so.
I'm not totally sure, but yeah, it's called Made in Tulsa. It's still happening. I just kind of put it on pause.
Nice.
And it's just any local artists or artisans, just a little mini doc series about who they are, what they do, why they do it. I don't care if they're musicians, if they're painters, if they're poets, if they're glass blowers, leathersmiths, whatever. Podcasters, rappers, stand-up comedians. I was doing one with my buddy Alex, who was supposed to be here today.
Shout out Alex.
Yeah, Larry Beats, Alex Jurgen,
He
A
brought
Slade.
out to the battles. Shout out to him for that.
Yeah. But doing one with him, he makes beats and shit. And
He does the RedBeard introduction.
started
for
one.
that,
Yeah,
bro.
if you on my RedBeard tags in the beginning, RedBeard Productions. That's his song in the beginning and the end, playing through there. It's pretty. It's a really cool track. He actually made that song that day that we were shooting together. Because back then he was on this kick where he's making a new song every day.
Mm-hmm.
And so I sat there and I filmed him making his beat, and we're talking and him doing his thing, and this is what he came up with.
Is that where those pictures of him came from? With him looking?
Yes, those are screenshots from the footage I had grabbed.
I thought that was from a film, to be honest.
It
you know what I'm
was.
saying? But if it's RedBeard, it's a motherfucking, it's a movie. We make way because we making movies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to RedBeard.
It's all about lighting, man. It intimidates most photographers and videographers, cinematographers, DPs, DOPs, if you prefer.
Yes.
Directors of photography. But
DPs.
yeah, I've heard the jokes. But
I come up.
at least two of them.
2 of them?
I've heard the jokes. At least two of them.
Man.
But yes. So yeah, that is what intimidates a lot of beginners and stuff, and that's how I got my beginning was photography. How I got my start. I've been doing that since 2005, so 17 years now.
That's nice.
And then, well, started really taking video seriously about a year ago. That's when I really started.
You're mostly doing like
Doing this
photography at first, right?
Totally photography.
You
yeah.
went to school. You said right? Film school,
Yeah, photography school.
photography school.
NYIP. Yeah, and well, I got my start in high school actually, doing film, black and white film that we developed ourselves. That was pretty cool.
What's
That's
like the
fire.
most important thing you took away from that shit? Like the one thing.
You don't need to pay that much money for that information.
Yeah,
Shout
exactly.
out to Tarantino.
Yeah.
There was a time when film school, photography school was the way to go. I'd say if you want to go to school, go to business school and then spend a lot of time on YouTube. If you are serious, you can learn anything you want to know on YouTube. That's why I get frustrated when I work with people and they're ignorant. They don't know about their gear or they don't know what they're doing because it's so easy to learn. If you care at all, just sit down for 10 minutes a day and watch a few videos.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's all you gotta do.
See, the thing with that, man, I definitely agree with you, brother. A lot of people don't have that. I feel like to a degree you gotta have that obsessive trait. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be
you
obsessed.
gotta care about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta give a fuck. 9 times out of 10 people don't
You gotta have
care
that
enough
addict's
about the project.
behavior about it, man.
Yeah, most people are just PWCs, people with cameras. They just they don't understand things like when they go out to shoot video, they overcrank their shutter because they don't know what shutter angles are and things like that, and then you end up with choppy stop motion looking footage. And you're not gonna know what any of that means, but
I know what this shit is.
I didn't mean to make this a RedBeard interview, but I got a question for you, right? Because now we in that.
I don't
bag.
get on here often enough. So.
That's what I'm saying. We don't get to just talk to you. You know what I'm saying? We just got to talk to another motherfucker about some goofiness.
And I'm sitting over there talking half the time.
You still here? You involved?
Yeah.
Give me, cause you watch films differently. I've noticed. You know what I'm saying? You looking at the lightings, the shots. Give me your top 3 best shot films of all fucking time. Like that's just impressive as hell to you.
That's hard. Different films are impressive in different ways.
Do a top 5 then.
Shit, man. Like, what if I gave you like my top like directors and DPs and stuff?
That's cool.
Okay.
I'm just curious. You know what I'm saying? This is interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Quentin Tarantino is way up there.
Talk your shit. I love that. That's fire.
His writing is amazing, but also a lot of that nonlinear storytelling and that you get from like Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. I fell in love with that stuff when I was young. A lot of the dialogue is really interesting and stuff. You know, I mean, honestly, it sounds like he just got coked up and started writing, which is exactly what I bet he did.
Yeah.
But especially back then, I mean, don't sue me for slander or libel or anything. I'm just speculating. I know nothing.
I can't get coked up, man. I think that'd be a
What do they
problem.
say?
for everybody.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but anyway, but yeah, he is like the encyclopedic master of film. You can ask him anything about any film. He's seen every classic movie, everything. It's like I'm not just talking good stuff, classics. He's seen B movies and C movies and foreign films, and he just knows everything about them. David Fincher, another director that
Was he? I don't know him.
Yeah.
you do. Fight Club, Seven.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I was looking for. Both dope films.
Stuff like yes.
Brad Pitt a lot.
David Fincher likes to use a lot of practicals in his shots, which, like the way I set up the battles, where I've got the lights in the background backlit, that's actually heavily influenced by the Fight Club, the scenes when they're in the basement. They've got he just set up like work lights and stuff around, and that's what he used a lot of his work for on that. A lot of his lighting was just practicals, and that means, okay, like if there's a lamp in the set, or like this right here is a practical light. It's an actual light that's in the set, you know, not like one of my video lights off.
So
Usually
it
what
functioned
you'll
double, like as a prop into.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and a lot of times what you'll do
That's
is
very
like
much how we use them in the battles.
if I like having them there. And,
Have you seen?
And
Yeah, it
stuff,
looks like industrial kind of. I like it. It
More
brings more
gritty.
seriousness to it.
gritty. Yeah, man, Wes Anderson for a whole different reason.
I fucking love Wes
He,
Anderson.
you can
What's
just
he done?
well he's done like I Heart Huckabees early on, and then he did like the Royal Tenenbaums, Steve
Darjeeling
Zissou,
Limited,
Darjeeling Limited, that's
Life
like his worst one,
Aquatic,
but Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou,
The
the
French
Moonlight
Dispatch.
Kingdom, French Dispatch,
I've seen none of these. Damn.
Budapest Hotel.
Budapest Hotel is bomb.
He's got a very unique style that's immediately recognizable. A lot of very symmetrical shots, a lot of wide angle stuff, a lot of very deliberate color palettes.
Like in Darjeeling Limited, it was yellow. It was this weird shade of yellow throughout.
And
the
usually
entire
every
movie.
character will have like a primary color or something. You'll see
We'll get you on the Royal Tenenbaums. That's a good one.
Royal
to start off
Tenenbaums
on.
is amazing, and it's on Hulu right now. I think it was, or Netflix or Hulu. Yeah, it's on. They're on
We
somewhere.
just went through and watched the entire catalog
What do
again.
you think about the, you know, because they're similar styles, but bro ain't messing with my guy, I feel. Shout out Tarantino. What do you think about, like, the way Robert Rodriguez shoots his joints?
I'm not as familiar.
Okay. Is that gritty, grainy?
Yes, I was gonna say I like the grittiness and stuff, but I'm not familiar enough with it to make like a
Have you seen Robert Rodriguez, like
educated-
Machete? You know what I'm saying? Planet Terror.
Is it like
Grindhouse.
Hobo with the shotgun?
It's similar. You know what I'm saying?
fading the
Similar.
light down. Accident. There we go.
I guess we need to go.
Kevin, this is shut down.
This is fucking boring.
I don't think he did Hobo with a shotgun, but it's that style.
That
I
same
like
style.
those cliche, corny action films. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's different take on it, and I like that someone would commit to something that
It's not
intense
something I'm
and
not
carry
familiar with. I mean, I remember when him and Quentin did a couple movies like together. They were releasing together, right?
Were they the
Silent
Grindhouse
House.
films?
Yes,
Yeah.
the Grindhouse films.
Okay.
There was like the woman with the prosthetic gun leg and
Yeah.
stuff. And, yeah.
Planet Terror. That's
See,
what that
I don't
one's
know that
called.
much about it, but David Fincher is, I'd say, the closest thing to a household name as far as cinematographers or directors of photography go. He's worked on everything. He's probably the most prolific. He's worked with, I was gonna say the Coen brothers is another director. Those are like probably my top 4 or 5 right there. People who I can usually look at something and be like, I think I know who this is. Another one with a very distinct style, whether you like him or not. I can always tell when I'm watching a Tim Burton film.
Yeah,
Of course.
Very
yeah.
distinct style.
You know who I like? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people sleep on. I don't know if y'all never gonna know who he is, but he did the Insidious films. I think it's Insidious. That's what the horror film, right? Insidious.
Doesn't sound familiar, but I don't watch a lot of horror.
It's not Insidious. Yeah, it's Insidious. Fucking James Wan.
Okay.
The storylines he writes are crazy to me, yo.
You're surprising me with these directors.
Who?
You, like, that
I
you're
watch
pulling
film.
up that I don't know
I
about.
think you know. I love film. You know what I'm saying? I love movies and shit. You know what I mean? That's just,
Right.
I'm a nerd. That's how I started podcasts. Fucking movies.
Yeah, I
and
mean, when
comics.
you're
Kevin Smith.
saying like,
Yeah.
you think I watch them in a different way. I definitely get what you're saying. Like I catch myself watching stuff and just basically only looking at the lighting and things like that, and not like the lenses and like lens qualities, like the bokeh and things like that. And I just
you watch movies, like I said, you study. I can relate to a degree because you know what I'm saying. It's the way I watch battles nowadays, as well as the way I used to watch professional wrestling when I was in school for that. I don't watch the match to a degree. I'm watching how people react to certain things, how people move in the ring, you know what I'm saying, how they sell to the audience, and then you translate it over to the battles. I no longer just watch the battle anymore. Like, cool, like I get that. I'm getting, you know what I mean, I ain't gonna say that on here. I guess I'm getting bored of the battles. I don't care about the battles. You know what I'm saying? I love battle rap. It's amazing. But like now I watch, okay, how did the host conduct this? How is the audience looking here? What does this scenery look like? What can we do different on ours? Like I study the film.
Yeah,
it's the same as when I watch stand-up comedy now. Like I'm not watching, I'm studying. Okay, how did he actually say that joke? You know what I'm saying? What was his
timing, his delivery?
Exactly. I study for that. And if I am paying attention to a battler, you just nailed it. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly how is he delivering it? What is his, you know what I'm saying? Was this really witty? Was it unique? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you've seen, like, you've been around our battlers long enough now. There's some stereotypical shit that they say, you know, like some boxed in, like everybody says that. You know what I'm saying? You said the same thing he said. I'm going to hit you with the, like, we get it. But can you say that same exact thing in a way that's way the fuck different? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I watch shit now, and that's how I feel you watch film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, how you're talking about, like, doing something kind of the same but in a different way. I mean, there's some scientists believe that there's no such thing as a brand new idea.
Yeah.
That we're all just basically taking bits and pieces of what we like and forming. This is my opinion here. This is what, this is my idea.
I like where this
but,
is going.
Yeah,
way to segue.
I like when I became a musician, when I started learning music and stuff and playing it, I listened to it completely differently. It was like I was speaking a different language, the language of music now. So I'm breaking it down into, okay, I'm listening to the drum part, I'm listening to the guitar part, the bass part, all separate and
dissecting
and seeing how they work together. And just really studying it as I listen to it instead of just hearing it. And yeah, that's kind of, now I'm looking at, okay, are they using a wide lens, medium, or long? Are they using soft light, hard light? Are they backlighting it, using fill light? Are they going for a high key look or a more contrasty, moody look? Are they using a far side key? How would I light this scene? Things like that.
You fuck me up watching movies though. Because I don't know all of the terms and things like that. But man, so many times as of late, I've been sitting with the wife because I watch what you've created for us. You know what I'm saying? I'll watch film and I'll be like, oh, that's a dope shot. Like,
Yeah.
but before then, I was never that guy. You know what I'm saying? But like now, I'm like, oh, that shot, the way the dude's moving it, like fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Or fuck him. Like I don't care about, but like the way he's working the entire scene into, you know what I'm saying, being around this character, and I nerd out about it. It's dope, man. What motherfuckers can do with a camera, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's been some leaps and bounds in technology in the last decade or so as far as gimbals are a pretty new thing, past 10, 15 years. Before that, it was all just steady cams, and you had to have someone who was like certified steady cam operator to work that mamma jamma. And if you wanted to get like a long, what we call a one take, like Goodfellas, when he's taking her on that date and they go through the kitchen into the club, you know, and it's all just one shot following him. That's just a Steadicam operator following them the whole time. They didn't have things like gimbals back then. You can't set a dolly up to go downstairs.
Was that like on a rail? Is that what it came?
Nope, Steadicam. You have your camera. It kind of looks like locked off on a thing here, and you have a pole that you hold on to, and you keep it balanced, and it's got a counterweight on the other side, usually a big battery or something, and maybe some other stuff. You probably got a monitor here, and it's just a way of walking with it and keeping it balanced. Before there were gimbals and stuff. And now we have gimbals and Steadicams and fucking all kinds of shit that we didn't have a few years ago. And video technology has really gotten to a place where anybody can... if you know how to light a scene, you can make it look good. I've done this with my cell phone, just on Facebook Live, and like, okay, here's it with some lights set up, here's it with some lights off. Just with my old ass phone, I got a Samsung Galaxy Note 9, and they're on like 20 now or something, you know. So
Note 9's still a good
it's
one.
old as fuck, but and Facebook Live, you know, it's doing auto exposure and auto white balance and stuff like that. But just, you know, showing the difference, and cameras have reached a point where, you know, anybody with a little bit of money, I mean, anybody who's serious about it can get a decent camera to work with, you know.
That's another thing that drew me to you. We mentioned in the beginning of this. Like I said, I didn't mean to make this a RedBeard interview, but my man got shit that I like to talk to him about.
Well, every time I have interviewed, it's been really bummer shit, so this is fun.
You know what I mean? Shout out, but they needed a background story to truly understand it, man.
right,
you know that's kind of how we do the show anyways.
The
like,
first one's the
tell us
series.
about you, and then let's shoot the shit. Another thing that drew me to you, though, outside of, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we met up first for the documentary, right? And then you came and filmed the comedy show for me. Or was it in reverse?
Something
But
like that.
Another thing that drew me to you, though, man, was your little videos. You know what I'm saying? You posted on the book. We've talked about that, how, you know what I'm saying, your lighting videos, where I thought, I'm about to break, you know what I'm saying, the fourth wall. This is not a real wall. You know what I'm saying? But with the way you edited it.
What?
Yeah.
It blew my mind the first time, I'm not going to lie.
Everybody always really
I fell
thinks
for
that
it.
this is a real wall. It's not
Right.
real. With the way, you know what I'm saying, you would do that. And I thought you were in a basement or something. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is fucking gritty. Like,
Sister got that for me for Christmas.
It's
last
so
year.
fire.
fucking
I love
awesome.
it. I love that it's our set now. You know what I'm saying? It's,
Yeah, we gotta put some more flyers up.
We
We
have.
do. We gotta
What
bring
I
out
want to
the-
do, not only just for right here for what they see, like we should do a behind the scenes where we film the entire studio. I want to start hanging up our memorabilia, get the belts, the merch, the, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth throughout time. We got to start, you know what I mean, really
We should
putting some shit together.
Are you
go
gonna
live
start?
right now for a second.
Are you gonna start with the shirts, like RedBeard shirts? Are you gonna make? a
Yeah,
bunch
my
of those?
sister's making them
Are
right
you-
now. I got
Are you
your
gonna start
sizes.
selling them?
You can
Oh,
sell
I
them
don't know
at the
about that,
battles.
but I know that I got us some.
One thing I could do with your shirts, right, is me as an artist and as a comedian and shit like that. Hey, yo, I could start carrying your merch with me at show. I don't have merch to sell right now, so I can start slinging your merch at my shows, at everything I do.
If we like it, that'd be cool. The plan is I told her to put our names on the front, like right here. That's why I got. You're gonna say King Castro X, Gavin the God, and Captain RedBeard.
That's fire.
And on the back, it'll say RedBeard Productions. It'll have the pirate smoking a beard. You know, the RedBeard pirate. I mean, smoking a pipe. Smoking a beard. I mean, I say that, but ironically enough, Blackbeard the pirate was a real guy, and he would weave strands of hemp into his beard. So when they attacked another ship, he would light them on fire, so it looked like his beard was smoking like some kind of demon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
I didn't intend for it to segue into that, but my little blip worked out. So.
No, that's fire. I think people would buy the shirts, though. You know what I'm saying? I think they would.
Yeah, I really, really want to get some merch out there. I wanna,
Especially with the names, it
Mostly.
doesn't only just count now as RedBeard merch. It got our names on it. So now it's like, oh, this is,
It's personal.
you know what I mean? Yeah, this is with all due respect merch. Oh, I can get a Gavin the God t-shirt. I can get a RedBeard shirt. I can get a King Castro X RedBeard
I didn't
shirt.
think about that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
It's our merch.
Yeah.
we could do a contest to see who gets the most sold. Like, that would be dope, man.
Right on.
Okie Podcast is stepping it up with the
They
merch
got good
game.
merch.
Bro, they got a lot
They
now.
got a
till
sponsor
this-
deal now too. And
Shout out to Russell.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Shout out to Toke Signal. Shout out to that whole gang. You know what I mean?
I'm glad they're
We appreciate y'all.
Him
fucking
and
blowing it up.
me too. Russell's at not Reservoir Dogs, Reservation
Reservation
now.
Dogs.
He's on that shit. He just got casted.
Oh shit.
What?
Him and Toke Signals.
For what? An episode next season?
I don't know. He's just gonna be there.
I
You
don't know
what
shit
mean?
about that. I'll have to.
He
That's
is.
cool.
You know Daniel Warrior's in it too. You know what I'm saying? He's
well,
involved.
I know him. I didn't know he was. Well, I know he was like cooking for him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, bro. So he just got over there. We're gonna hear about it May 19th at the Shrine live. With all due
I've
respect,
been paying
to all,
attention every time they put out a casting call. I'm like, 35-year-old white man, 35-year-old white man.
Yeah.
I'm 34. I could play like 30. You know, I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
but shout out, you look young.
That makes me feel old when there's casting calls and shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck, I don't fit that criteria anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I'm damaged good.
I
I
think
think
be
of-
a
I still-
25-year-old. You know
You
what I'm
could
saying?
be, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Aren't you like 25?
I'm 27.
That's the same fucking
Yeah.
thing. You guys are so young.
Adjacent.
How old are you?
29.
Okay, you old.
Alright.
I'm getting there. I
No,
turned 30
you guys-
this year.
It starts like, it's like the law of diminishing returns. It's like
Yeah.
every year
That sounded deep
adds
as fuck.
more. Like
What you
You-
just
you-
said
you
sounded
know what
deep.
that
every
is?
year it gets like
Nah, I ain't never heard
exponentially.
what he said, but it
Well, I
says
mean, like, okay,
the law of
in like we'll
diminishing
say like in
returns.
cameras and stuff. Say you want to spend $5,000 on a camera versus $7,000 on a camera. You're gonna get maybe like I don't know 25% more. And then if you go from like 7 to 10 grand, you might get like 10% more. So it's as you increase, you're gonna get more, but the amount you get is gonna get smaller. So this was like the kind of the opposite. I don't remember what we were talking about.
But you can apply
About
that
his
to
age.
like a lot of things.
Age, yeah. The older you get, like 32 is so much older than 31 than 31 was to 30. You know what I mean? I don't know. It like stretches out.
Well, it's like the same thing
It's
with like
exponential.
like shrooms or something. You can take an eighth of shrooms or whatever, but if you do that every day, it's not gonna give you the same result. And that's essentially the law of diminishing returns.
I can't do
Yeah.
no shrooms, man. I had a horrible.
I've been
time.
microdosing
There's-
for a minute. I need to pick up some more soon, but yeah, 5 days a week, sometimes 4.
So you take some time off.
Yes. And,
Okay.
well, I mean, you're supposed to. This is the Paul Stamets regimen. I've been saying regiment my whole life. I just found out it was regiment.
No
IQ
shit.
of 150,
Sorry,
and
I'll say
I've been
simulate.
saying regiment.
It's
But okay. But Einstein was 163. I'm like 153.
I need to do an IQ
That's
test.
crazy.
I put on a joke on Facebook one time. I thought more people would get it, and like one person like fell for it. I was like, I took an IQ test and got a perfect 100, which is like a barely mentally competent score. 90 and below is considered like special needs, I think.
Damn.
So,
Now I'm scared.
120 is like, let's see, like if you're above like 120 or above average, there's a couple, like I think there's 2 different ones with 2 different scales basically. I'm thinking, I think
You'd
one,
be all right.
I think one of them says 145 is genius, and one of them says 150 or something. But
You tough, man. So you
You're
know
not feeling it. I feel like I have
this was a while ago. I don't know if I would score as high anymore.
I feel like I have a more practical intelligence than emotional intelligence.
I feel like I got street smarts. You know what I'm saying? That's how I operate. That's how I get down.
There's a like
feel
similar
like
to
I-
IQ. There's an emotional intelligence test.
I feel like I'm pretty emotionally intelligent. I feel like I got pretty good street smarts. I spent a lot of time out there, but I mean, I can remember the books too. I don't know.
I know what I know.
Musically
You know what I
inclined,
mean?
artistically, I'm pretty blessed.
That's what I'm
But
saying. I know what I know though. So
I'm
like
also-
the shit that I've studied, like I know about. You know what I'm saying? But that shit I don't. You know, there's a lot of.
I'm a
things I need
perfect
to learn.
example of like just being a genius or just being smart ain't enough.
Talk your
You
shit,
gotta
Kanye.
fucking work. You can't just
You can't just be smart and sit there.
no, or go off and indulge in a heroin habit.
Some of the smartest people I know are the fucking laziest people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Like just absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, some of the other, outside of the drug addict community, all you normies out there probably assume most junkies, most
Civilians.
addicts are dumb. And some of the smartest, craftiest people I've ever fucking knew are other
Yes.
junkies. And
They're too smart to deal
yeah,
with
you get
themselves.
bored with normal life and normal problems and things like that. And also, I think if you're more intelligent, I don't know, I can only speak for myself. I'm more inclined to empathy and to take on other people's feelings, and I'm very sensitive, so I was traumatized as a child by maybe things that wouldn't traumatize other people, and I have, PTSD is very relevant to the person who's experiencing said trauma. It could affect one person in a big way and affect somebody else like nothing, so I don't want to talk about specifics, but yeah, I mean, what the fuck was I talking about?
That sensitivity though, that's a big
Oh,
part,
Yeah.
Like the more you feel.
And I don't know if that has
It
something to do
hurts.
with intelligence or not, but I feel like
You're just
people
more
who
aware.
are less intelligent, and I don't mean that in any kind of way, it's just, I mean, they seem to be happier,
Yeah.
don't they?
Uh-huh.
People not.
And they
in the
say,
know.
like, ignorance is bliss. They say there's a thin line between genius and insanity. I believe both of those things.
I've had instances just being like unaware of something, and I thought I was happy and at the time and everything, but then like learning that was all like a sham, like multiple times, And you know,
I've been married.
I would rather, yeah, I would rather just know the whole thing, you know what I mean, and be miserable and be in the know. You know,
Yeah.
I would choose that any day.
That's how I am.
So,
I would rather be fully educated of the situation.
So if you had cancer, you'd rather know about it.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
I would too, definitely.
For me, it's just so I can handle whatever the situation.
Well, yeah,
may be.
that's a pretty specific. I guess if you're terminal, that's
But for
most
me, it
people are
applies
going to want to put things in line. But
It applies to all situations for me, though, man. I'm a survivor, so in order to survive, I need to know the situation fully. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I operate.
I've very much been a little bit of a control freak in my younger years. I've really loosened up more about it now because I've come to the understanding that you can struggle all you want, but what's going to happen is going to happen.
True.
If you look at physics, quantum physics, you'll start to understand that it appears like everything that time is just the fourth dimension. We have 3 spatial dimensions: up and down, in and out, left, right. You know, we can move in any combination of those 3 spatial dimensions. But you also have to have that 4th dimension there. You can't say, meet me at these spatial coordinates without a time coordinate. You know, I mean, they can't exist without each other, space and time. They're part of space-time. It's one thing. So it is a dimension that we're just passing through. Everything that ever existed still exists. Everything that's going to happen, exists. There's not even anything in physics that says time can't be moving in the other direction. So basically, I'm of the opinion that we're kind of floating down a river. You can fight the current if you want, but it's not gonna matter.
The more I get into like,
And that's, I mean, you start thinking about that too. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
good.
You start thinking about that too much, and you're like, well, then why do I try anything? Why
That's
do I
what
do
I was about to
anything?
ask you.
So
Like,
I
these
mean,
things are pointless. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. I just keep doing me. I just feel like I just don't take anything too seriously anymore. I try
cool.
not to. You know, I feel like this life. I'm not going to say like I subscribe to traditional simulation theory, but I don't not believe it. I believe it's entirely likely. In fact, like, mathematically, it's probable. Like, okay, if you can accept a few premises that simulation technology is going to continue to get better and better up until the point where we can't tell the difference between simulations and real reality. Because if you look at, 40, 50 years ago, the best they had was Pac-Man, Pong, things like that. Now we've got, VR and, PlayStation 5 or whatever.
PS5's
and
out now, bro.
stuff that I got to look at for a second to see if that's a real football game or if that's Madden or something, whatever, And so even if technology gets a little bit better, I mean, even if 1% a year, if it were to get 1% better a year, and we know it's going to increase faster than that, eventually it would have to get to that point where you couldn't tell the difference between a simulation and reality. So if that's true, let's check box 1. Then we would have to also acknowledge that people would want to run ancestral simulations for some reason. Like future people would want to run simulations of now. And I mean, so if simulations can get to the point where you can't tell the difference, and, I mean, that's just mathematically likely to happen, then, I mean, it becomes exponentially less likely that we're living in what we would call base reality. Because not only could one person in base reality create a simulated universe in which all their programs lived and couldn't tell the difference, thought they were alive, simulated AI kind of thing. But then somebody within that reality, or maybe even a couple people, could develop the technology within that universe to create a simulated universe. So then there's several branches off of base reality, and I mean, if you can just accept those few premises that it's going to get to that point and that they might want to do it for whatever reason, then I mean, you see that it's actually pretty likely that this isn't it's not what we think it is. I don't think
it is what we think it is, but
I don't know what it is. That's the only thing I know for sure. I don't know what the hell's going on.
The idea of it being, you know what I'm saying, pointless, though. I want to touch on that just for like 10 seconds, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't subscribe to that idea fully. I very much believe, man, you take the grips of some shit, the grips of your reality, bro, you can turn that shit into whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? I can't, you know what I mean, just give in.
You don't believe in fate, though? Like,
I believe in it. It's
I don't.
cool.
I guess I believe we're basically acting out a script. It feels real.
If anything is against fate, it's like it's the three of us in different scenarios that we're going down one path or another, you know, and then took control. Like this is a big example of like you taking control and
that's the only reason
happen.
I believe in it so much, bro, is because, you know what I'm saying, literally, bro, I've came from being an absolute dork and a loser, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing with myself to me and you sitting on one of the dopest rap battle league in Tulsa. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that like nothing matters or anything like. I think that's the wrong idea to get out of it. I'm not sure.
I feel like we could say
because
you can make it matter.
I think there's more. Like there's more to this, and if it matters to you, then it matters. But I mean, I don't think it matters that. What I meant is, I don't think it matters that if we're living in a simulation or not, because we can't do anything about it. We're still. This is the way it is. So
there's
I mean,
some things you don't have control of.
Yeah, I mean, there's allegories from like I don't know, you know, like ancient Greece or something. I think they had something called like the cave, where like, you know, they raised some people like totally in a cave, and all they ever saw was, you know, they're looking at the back wall of the cave. All they ever see is like the shadows from stuff outside cast on the wall and everything, and they think that's like the whole world to them. And I don't, you know, I mean, we accept the reality with which we're presented.
Well, just Earth in its by itself, we always get to space and shit, but you know, that's just our perception currently. You know, the universe is so large that, you know, that's just what we can experience. There could be just millions of different things.
I do believe we are. There is something greater than this, and we are all connected in a way.
I believe we're all connected.
It's consciousness. Every living thing, at its core, is consciousness. We are consciousness wrapped in an ego, essentially. Not the sense like, oh, you got an ego, you're cocky, but like Carl Jung, Sigmund Freud, Jungian philosophy and ego. Your persona, your mask, your costume that you put on, all your fears that you've learned, all your traits and quirks and all that stuff that you think makes you who you are, really just separates you from that core, that pure consciousness that is what we call God. And I believe that when you die, there's some kind of maybe collective consciousness that it all returns to. And I don't think that reincarnation happens in the traditional sense. I don't think like you own your soul. I think it's more like you have a piece of life force. You have a piece of that,
like energy?
That whole consciousness, exactly. Whatever you want to call it, chi, mana,
and it just
soul,
goes back into like
spirit.
that pool
It goes
of
into that
energy
pool of it, and then like imagine
else.
like water. I got a cup full of water that represents me. That water is my soul or whatever, my consciousness. The cup is my body, my ego. I dump it into a bowl of water. That's the reservoir or whatever. And then when something new is born, they just take a new scoop out, basically. And it didn't belong to anybody. It's just a piece of the grand consciousness or whatever. You don't own that. You own a piece of it that we all take part in. And that's why, I know it sounds weird. It sounds crazy, but I mean... no, I took mine off. I went live for a second, but...
Because I keep seeing you look over here. I was like, he's talking to somebody right now, bro.
I don't know what I'm doing. So, I mean, but I know it sounds crazy, but I mean, that's why you can look at a baby and feel like you see the face of God, because you are looking at the thinnest version of an ego that you can get. That baby has not had time to learn any kind of, you know, anything but I'm conscious. Mm-hmm. That's pure consciousness almost that you're looking at. It's got a very thin ego that has not developed yet, and you can look at that and you can see pure God and pure beauty, and that's what I believe. I don't know. I don't think I know everything, but I don't think that any one religion or anything has things figured out. I think there's maybe pieces of it and stuff like that. I think a lot of stuff is misunderstood.
I feel like it's 360, man. This shit just keeps going. You know what I mean? Once you think you know something, you ain't even finished yet.
You just never stop learning, and especially, you know, getting older.
We need to do more us episodes.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about doing like one a month, maybe.
So that'd be 25% of the podcast would be.
If y'all need more of these, tap in. Let us know down in the comments.
Like if you guys like this shit, like let us know.
like talking to
For
my
sure.
friends more than I like talking.
Let
to
us know if you
everybody else.
don't like it. We need interaction.
Yeah,
Comment,
fucking
like,
feedback.
subscribe. Leave a thumbs up. Leave a thumbs down at this point. I don't give a fuck. Do
just
something.
wanna
Give
know.
us some interaction, but still subscribe even if you don't like us. Hit that bell.
It would help us out a lot.
We trying to get up to 300, man. By these next battle drops, I want 300. Speaking of 300,
It's not too far.
you had something to say, but do you remember it?
Oh,
Because I got somewhere I want to go.
well, just essentially, like, I feel like the older I get, you know, the actual more mindset I have to learn new things, you know? Like, I was, like, a terrible student, but now I'm just, like, constantly just, like, learning shit.
Yeah.
Just always open, like, the 360 thing. You never really know shit. You don't
You
even really
don't.
know yourself.
I love that. I love, not necessarily that you don't know yourself, but I do love the journey of learning self constantly. But I love that it's just, for some people it's tiring, right? It's
Yeah.
tiring for me too, but like, I just love, bro, that we get the opportunity, right? So many people say they have to. We get the opportunity to go through this life daily and learn some new shit constantly. It never ends, ever. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and I
saying?
mean,
Take
as
God,
long as
but-
you aren't stagnant, you should be continuing to grow as a
It's
person,
fine.
ideally. So that means that continuing to learn who you are is
It's
a
like,
natural part of growing as a person.
You ever play Fallout or
Yeah.
Skyrim? You know how you fuck around and level up. You get a perk point. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Sure.
You level up basically. You
Okay,
know what I'm saying?
I get
You
what
hit
you're
the level. Like, I think that's what life is basically. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You're just constantly
Like,
learning new skill,
These
learning new
games are
trade.
so broken down that if you jump, like, 6 times in a row, like, your athletics go up. You know what I mean? So it's
Shit like that.
yeah, that's how micromanaged it is. But
Right
no,
on.
my biggest fear in life is being fucking stagnant. You know what I mean? And that's what motivates me. all
I've
the
spent
time.
That's
a
why I
lot
refuse
of
to
time
just-
in my life stagnant, especially after I got clean. Spent years.
It's just a time to
But it's
stop.
understandable though. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole thing to go through. And like, yo,
Yeah.
let me
If you
figure
do
this.
treatment correctly, you should be like in a medical facility, going through counseling and everything, slowly getting things back. It should take at least a year. You know, that 30, 90 days shit is bullshit. I really
Yeah.
believe that. And the fact that for people to do that on their own is extraordinary.
Yeah.
And to come out and be functioning is like a big fucking deal.
Agreed.
A lot of people get drug psychosis.
Yeah, I got like I was telling you, I had to get some blood work done the other day to get my liver checked on because of all that junkie nonsense. But I never did well with getting my blood drawn.
Oh, it
Now
sucks.
I have like addict related PTSD on top of it. So I thought I handled it pretty well. I just closed my eyes and tilted my head back, and she took the blood. She was done. She asked if I was okay. I said I think so, and then immediately, I was like, if my consciousness would have dipped any lower, I would have blacked out. Like
Yeah.
I know where blacking out is. I'm an old junkie, you know. And I was, and they kept trying to talk to me.
Yeah, and you know what they're doing too.
They're trying to make
distract you. Yeah.
Well, they're trying to make sure I don't go unconscious. They're trying to make sure I'm still functioning up here, still cognitive. But it's like somebody when they're talking to you when you're too drunk and trying not to throw up. They keep talking to you and it's making you nauseous, and you don't want to say shut the fuck up because you think you'll throw up. You know,
Yeah.
so. I'm trying to tell them, you know, hey, I know what you're trying to do, but I just need like 1 minute and I'll be cool, you know. But I
Yeah.
couldn't do that. It was bad though, man. Now,
Did it trigger you a little bit?
yeah.
It's weird getting something taken out, but you don't get anything back. That's the weird
Yeah,
part.
they're like, hey, let's reenact the old ritual. Let's
Yeah.
put this tourniquet on you, hit your main vein there where you got all those scars, and then instead of relief and euphoria, you're gonna get nauseous and might black out.
And you feel empty inside. Yeah.
yeah, you're gonna
my-
feel weak all day.
My mom does my blood work, so she does it and everything because I just check up. And the first time I got mine done, after that whole mess, it was just severely disappointing because I thought, well, these habits, I can do whatever I want on this side. And they were like, you're like this close to being diabetic. You know what I mean?
I remember
and your
you saying
blood's
that.
like syrup. You know what I mean? And like it's absolute shit, and you're completely like dehydrated too. Your liver's getting fucky because you deep fry everything.
Yeah.
Like that was my ritual. I would deep fry fucking everything every night, and then like cover it in honey. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't. I always had to
Were
take
you
it up, man.
bigger or?
Yeah, I was like over 200 pounds, so I
Word.
gained like 50 pounds.
Have I seen pictures of you like that?
No, I have one.
Can't imagine.
I was drinking a lot too, you know what I mean? So it was all just starving myself, deep frying everything at the end of the night, and then drinking a bunch of rum, you know? Because I was like, I went to work today, you know? So,
Right.
good times.
So, There's something I want to talk to y'all about coming soon. We got something real big coming up. You know what I mean? And I don't know if y'all are aware of the situation. But we're sitting on like episode 286 or something.
Oh, okay.
The big 300 is coming.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
What y'all want to do for the 300th episode?
Man, we could have like the greatest hits in here and drink. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're always talking about how we need to do a drinking episode.
drinking
I haven't been
episode.
around for one of those, so I don't know, but we could do one of those. I wouldn't want to. We usually film at like noon. I would not want to do that.
I'd want it to be a
we
nighttime
could do it
episode.
later. Uber's on
I'm
deck.
not a day drinker, bro.
You know?
What I
Yeah.
mean? What you think? Do it like old times. I mean, as far as people coming in, you know, that we could do.
Just talking about how fucked up my liver is.
Yeah.
I'm planning on drinking.
I think we could do. You know what I'm saying? I'd want my wife involved. You know what I'm saying? I want her to be a part of it.
That'd
be
What
cool.
about bringing Chris and Asher back?
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
I got a
And that's
homie I
the-
really want to bring too. He's an interesting motherfucker. Might debut him.
Is
They're
that
about
old
to get
boy with the
wild and
fro?
crazy. Dude with the fro. He was getting casted for the Reservoir Dogs, or what was it? Reservation Dogs and stuff. Fits that part pretty well. So he's a musician though. He's nuts.
He got a band, right? Him and Asher about to collab.
Yeah, they're
What kind of
working
stuff?
together. It like just like normal rock kind of sounds like
Yeah,
Kings
I'm
of
shooting
Leon.
for a band tonight. They're doing a concert. And they broke up a long time ago. I think they played back in the day, like when I was playing stuff.
What are they called?
Congress of a Crow. They have
Okay.
a woman singer.
Crow.
And I heard some of the stuff. It's pretty good. But yeah, they hardly ever play anymore, I guess. And so
The
she hit me
pandemic
up.
fucked that up.
One of her friends hit me up or tagged me in her post. She was looking for somebody to help shoot, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll check it out, or whatever." So we're doing that tonight. So I got that going on. That should be cool.
That
Nice.
sound fire. We ain't doing shit tonight, man. We just cool. And like I said, I got this meeting after this. But other than that, me and the wife, we just gonna take some time. But this, what I'm working on balancing. You see me just get stressed. I had to take a deep breath. Is okay. This dream shit that I'm trying to build and maintaining the real life schedule, right? So relationships, you know what I'm saying? Spending time with my wife, actually giving her that time that she deserves because she puts in a lot of this, you know what I'm saying, with me. And she deals with a lot of losing time on the other end. So, you know what I mean? Giving her that time and also work, you know what I mean? It's become, because this battle rap shit consumes so much of my time and my mental, you know what I'm saying? It's just in there constantly, 24/7, rent free. So, you know what I mean? I'm trying to balance that shit. That's a process. That's been my latest addition
if you
to
guys,
the journey.
you guys should check out the battle rap stuff if you haven't been out. Even if it's not your normal thing. I mean, it's not something I had ever checked out or whatever, but I'm fucking into it now.
I'm getting into it too. Like the first one was on the 21st. You said.
May 21st. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Now,
that's gonna be the
something
first
weird
one I go
happened
to.
in Tulsa in between when I was like on the music scene and stuff and now.
You
It
just
was
talking about
perfectly
this.
fucking normal to charge $10 to get in the door when you played a show.
you did.
You're coming to see some entertainment or whatever.
Yeah, people got.
Now you talk about like charging $5-10 to get into a comedy show or an event like this or whatever, and I hear people talking about like, what? That's insane. Like they've never heard of such a thing. Like
I'll
they didn't
beat
understand
y'all
the
ass, bro.
concept. I don't get it. It's like
It's
that.
bizarre.
Do you know like that's how the world? That's how things work. And you don't want to support your friends anyway. Like your friends are artists. You got to support them. It's shitty not to.
So I feel like it's two sides
Come on,
to
guys.
it. You know what I'm saying? Being in the little entertainment game, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit now, I've noticed amongst our peers, most of the time there's a supportive factor. Money fucks it up a lot. But when it comes to a normal audience, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers don't want to pay $5-10 a whole lot. And
Well,
that
like
is
when
it.
we started trying to charge for the live podcasts and stuff,
Yeah.
there was certain people I would hear talk about, you know,
They were talking shit.
punch y'all in the mouth,
talking
bro.
shit.
Talking
Like it was
shit.
just
You
crazy
make
to
me
charge
mad.
money
That-
for the comedy show and live podcast. And I was thinking, like
We work our
you
asses
you
off,
would
bro.
pay to go see a comedy show or a concert. I don't understand.
The time it takes to get those together and shit, and I just put in probably maybe 10% on that shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking a lot, dude. Just for that one
Brother,
thing.
I'm telling you, I know, God. You know what I'm
I actually
saying?
got a little mad.
That's what I'm saying. I will punch you in the mouth, bro. Come to my shows or I will punch you in the mouth. Y'all are crazy. We working our asses off over here with all due respect. I love how now this turned into an episode of me reprimanding God. You are in trouble. Why you not at our shit? We make the dopest shit.
To even talk to the venue owners and say, like, we're only charging $5, you know what I mean? Makes our value look less than it is. You know, we put on really good shows. So it's absolute... You know, it's kind of bullshit if you're not going to pay. Where else are
y'all getting a lot of podcast shows in Tulsa?
Fucking nowhere.
Where else you getting battle rap in Tulsa?
You're not.
You know what I'm saying? Who else got a podcast with RedBeard and Gavin The God? Subscribe.
Nobody.
You know what I'm saying? Tap in. We doing things. We need y'all to fuck with us. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily in the sense of, you know what I mean, we need y'all to fuck with, but we appreciate y'all fucking with us. I guess that's a better way to phrase it. You know, we do this for y'all. Y'all are everything.
The more you fuck with us, the more we can do for you guys.
You.
So
we can do some crazy shit.
Build,
got
keep
ideas
building.
for all day.
We're going up though, gentlemen. I don't know if y'all are aware, but we're going up. It's only up. 300th episode, right around the corner.
Yeah.
We're gonna be drunk. We're gonna be turning up. Don't worry about the background.
It's all good.
You know what I mean? We in here.
That's just his life's passion. Fucking ignore it.
It's fine.
It's so much to come, man. That's why I meditate on it so much. That's why I won't leave my brain, because I know that this shit's gonna pay off. It's already paid off though. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. We're already doing what we want to do. Now is to add what matters in the world, and that's that lucrative bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That has to exist for us to continue to do what we love and know. I don't think it was what you got. You got something?
I was letting Donnie hit my vape.
Oh, I don't think it was. It wasn't meant for us to be doing the 9-to-5 bullshit. We were meant to concentrate on our inner selves and do what the fuck we enjoy as people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's all about. Being human is about exploring your inner you and pursuing that. Not fucking busting your ass for some motherfucker that don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah, I couldn't.
You know what I'm saying?
I've tried. I did not.
That's
that
what
well.
obsessed
And
the fuck out of me.
like you asked me last time I was on the show, I think, like, why?
You got some liquid on your shades. I don't know where that came from.
No.
Why I do what I do and stuff, and I know I do get like this. I got that creative itch. I got a scratch, or else I'll get like depressed and feel really unfulfilled and stuff. But you know, also I think part of it is just kind of like, I don't know, like screaming at the world, like, here I am, this is what I can do, look at me, fucking I'm something special. This is what I can do. Here's who I am.
Entertainer does, you know what I'm saying?
I think that's a big part of it on a subconscious level. And yeah, I don't know. I think we should. You were talking about how that we are not pro-Trump in any kind of way. We dress this guy up. It says "Make War" above his eyebrows. He's got nuclear waste stickers on him. This is supposed to represent a mask, being a joke that, you know, he would never support wearing masks, but it's also, you know, put on like a bank robber, and it's red like Republicans, like, you know, they're crooks. And then he's got the weed hat, and I stuck my glasses on him today. So we dress him up for fun, but this is not a pro-Trump thing. We don't support that.
Let me give a little background story on the Trumps. If y'all didn't listen to the older episodes, go peep them. There was this guy, his name is Win Richards. Came all the way from like Colorado or something to sit down with us and do an interview. Real dope. He was a guitarist, runs his own radio show, shit like that. But he also makes art, and he brought me these art pieces. Little do y'all know, I don't even know if y'all know, I like art. Art is really dope to me. I like creativity, motherfucker. If y'all don't know, I just love art. You know what I'm saying? So when he brought me these, fuck Donald Trump. But I'm like, where else am I going to get two cool-ass looking Donald Trump?
It's protest art.
Like, yeah, it's dope. And I'm all about the revolutionary mindset. You know what I'm saying? That's how I operate. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I love these art pieces. They're very unique. And I just figured, why not put them on the table for the podcast?
I think people just don't realize, they think it's a little more one-dimensional. Just like, oh, Donald Trump, I don't like that.
But I think
no. Let's look at it. Think about it.
I think people do that because it's associated with me. It's associated with us.
Yeah.
Oftentimes when dealing with me, you know what I'm saying? People think I'm just one-sided. There's only one piece to Castro, and he's this guy. The character I put on, the image, the bullshit. And then you spend time with me, and there's layers to what's really going on. Motherfuckers don't take the time to really just get to notice the art piece, if you will. You know what I'm saying? You got to really look at that motherfucker to see what the fuck is going
Think
on.
about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's what you
break
do
it
with
down a little
art.
bit.
You look at that shit and you
Break it down.
I love
yeah.
how you said like the
Analyze
art
it.
piece, and you pointed at
Analyze
That's
it.
me.
Well, I mean,
That's what we talking about. You
in
gotta
the
look
metaphor.
into the motherfucker and get to know him. Don't judging a motherfucker off of, you know what I'm saying?
I'm loving it.
It's goofy, man. Spend some time. That's why I started the podcast. I want to spend some time and get to know the man behind the scenes, behind the music, if you will, whatever the fuck they want to call this shit. I want to take time to know the artist. Let me know though.
That makes me think of something. I was thinking about all these projects that I work on, that I invest in, and the ones that I want to do, even my documentary and stuff, and all the stuff I do with you, and with all due respect. It's all about, and the stuff I'm doing with Soul Body tomorrow and everything.
Shout out Soul Body, brother.
Everything I do is about helping local artists get exposure.
That's what it's about. That's why we did this. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole purpose is to create. I'm in the business.
I don't do this
I'm in
for the money.
I say I'm in the entertainment business a lot. I'm in the business of creating platforms, creating stages for a motherfucker to come be their best damn selves in front of the universe. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about to me. It's taking that motherfucker and giving them that opportunity to shine brighter than anybody in the world. Like, you know what I mean? That to me, that's why it's not about the money to me. You know what I mean? It's rewarding to give my friends, the motherfuckers that are trying to do their thing, like that opportunity, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's so cool. I done lost motherfuckers in this podcast shit because they didn't recognize that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like right now we have the opportunity to create blessings. You know what I'm saying? And we get to bless the world, bless the communities with that opportunity to go do what they've dreamed about the whole time. And a lot of people don't even know that this is what they wanted, but like, it's so special to me to get to be like, look, bro, I'm about to sit at the shrine with two of my best fucking friends, people I consider brothers, the shrine stage, and do, you know what I'm saying, something that I came up with 6-7 years ago, and motherfuckers telling me I'm crazy. Shout out to Baby Mama and the Black John Travolta himself. Like, we get to sit on that stage where legends have been, and this isn't the last stage either that we get to sit at. We're going to continue to go up. You know, and one of these days we're going to get the motherfucking stadium, and I'm saying it now so y'all can see it. You know what I'm saying? Years later, they going to look back and be like, damn, that motherfucker was crazy, but he did that. You know what I mean? We're not done. You know what I'm saying? There's so much more we get to do, so much more we finna pursue. Buy our motherfucking tickets, man. You know what I'm saying? For
Buy
real.
that merch when it comes out too. Like, it's awkward giving people money, but get something in return. Like, support us, support RedBeard, like everybody involved.
Support your local podcast. Support
better
your
than a
local
t-shirt?
artists.
Local artists, local creators, local
Everything.
businesses, man. Just, yeah.
Support your people, man.
Your community.
Your community, the kingdom. You know what I mean? For real.
Yeah.
So I basically won the glasses challenge though, because you took yours off at the start.
Yeah,
He
but
took
I
his
mean,
off.
I had to.
is that the
was
is the criteria
bullshit.
longest lasting, or is the criteria
decided-
best looking? Because I think we all know who won this category.
Me, motherfucker. Kevin Beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
These are gold Ray-Bans.
But what do you mean?
They're
Look
also
how
crooked.
dapper
Fuck
I
you.
am right now.
Maybe it's your face.
My face is crooked.
I think mine is too. It's
I
okay.
think I'm made perfectly and beautifully. In
Yeah.
God's image, if he was,
Right.
whatever you want to say.
It looks like I could buy opium from you right now.
You could. No, you can't. You don't sell drugs, kids. I don't know, man. It's just a lot. You know what I mean? It's a lot coming, bro. We live a cool fucking life right now. I know shit gets tough, man. And I'm talking to self when I'm talking to y'all, you know what I mean? But, like, I know shit gets tough, but, like, we're literally doing things. You know what I mean? He didn't grab my pee-pee. He said,
Did you see me go like that?
shout out. We're literally doing things that other motherfuckers don't get the chance to do. And they could do it if they just got up off their ass to do it. That's the crazy thing, but you know
Now,
what I mean?
I've thought about this before. We always say
This
this,
is
and
a
I
good
and
damn
I thought so
episode.
too.
You got me talking.
On the
You see that?
last time we talked, I was saying, you know, I don't think what I do is anything special. I think that anybody who could do it, who wanted to learn, could do it. But I've worked with a few people since where I'm just like, you either don't want to learn, or you aren't gonna be good at this.
Yeah.
I think I think I might have been a little wrong. I think maybe I was giving myself a little less credit. I think maybe I do
No,
have
brother,
what I
you-
call the eye.
You are
and that can't
talented.
be taught.
Dig this.
You know,
You go ahead.
as a photographer, I mean, even when I first started, I look back on some of my pictures. You know, we were gonna have Alex on the show today. We were in high school together. I got a picture of him from 2005. I was gonna bring. They look freaking amazing. I've just always had that eye, and that's not something you can teach or whatever. I don't know. So
Let me tell you this, man. You know what I'm saying? You are mad talented. we are in the position we in for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But Joe puts it like this to me all the time, because I'm the one that always gives the credit when it comes to like, no, you could definitely do this if you wanted to. She's like, motherfucker, everybody ain't got it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got to have it, but that doesn't take away from the fact. When I say, you know what I'm saying, anybody could do anything, you know what I'm saying, that just might not be your motherfucking thing. That just ain't your anything. Everybody, I feel, in their heart got something special that they could pursue, and they just ain't figured it out yet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, not everybody meant to be a motherfucking rapper, you know what I'm saying, videographer, podcast host, you know what I'm saying? Like, not everybody, that's not everybody's bag, but everybody got a bag, and if they figured out, but they got to get up off the couch to figure that motherfucker out first, you know what I'm saying?
True.
You gotta have the balls, you gotta embarrass yourself, you gotta suck for a little bit.
Facts.
That's, I mean, I'm not always
Mad
perfect.
dick.
I come back, you know,
Mad wagglers.
try to get better every time. Doesn't always work out.
I love how I
Throwback.
ruined your speech, bro.
Did you?
I'm sorry.
Wagglers.
Shout out to Why Not. Shout out to Burns.
Throw it out.
I still-
Throwback to Burns and Why Not.
The memes are like the wagglers and like open your hand. Those are like the two memes.
Open your hand.
From yeah. I don't think I quite got that.
See, there was one, you said something earlier that is a meme, to with all due respect, that only, you know what I'm saying, old heads would know, but you said or so. JDB the realist, if you ever pay attention to when he talks, he'll make a long statement and be like, or so, and he used to do it all the time on the old podcast, and me, T, and Nick would make fun of him about it on the show.
Shit.
I figured you would catch in on that, but you said or so earlier, and I looked up or so, but they might not get it since we started the video. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. We building. Y'all gotta go back and listen to some old episodes, man. We got so much content, bro. We about to be episode 3 motherfucking 100, baby.
They're all on Spotify.
They are. They are all updated on Spotify too. Took care of it. You were right. You could just download.
Yep.
I got that. So that's what we're gonna do every time.
That's quicker.
When I was still guessing,
because my
I was
internet
always
like that. You know what I mean?
Put it on film. Just put it on film, even if it's shitty. Like, I just want to see it on film and everything. And in that first one with Evan Hughes, I was like, you know what I mean? That I was fucking glued to that motherfucker. So
It's like I always say, it's fun to go back and see how the progress develops.
You're the first video on our channel now.
yeah.
We all right.
All of the videos are
We've
what you've created.
sucked my dick enough. Let's talk about something else. I'm getting uncomfortable.
Gavin,
It's
what's
okay.
up, man? What you been up to?
I'm not used to all this attention.
How's working out been going?
It's been going good, so I've been getting more into like HIIT and shit. Essence,
High intensity interval training.
over here. So I'll do that, and then I'll go do strength training. I'm currently in a caloric deficit too.
What was the first thing you were talking about?
Hit high intensity interval training.
So like essentially
HIIT
you'll do.
workouts.
What's the difference between that and strength training?
So strength training is like you'll do like full body stuff. So you'll do like the bench press, the overhead press, deadlifts, bent over rows. You're working out your whole body and you're doing strength and just adding more weight over time and just building that up.
Like
It
free
doesn't
weight
necessarily.
See, I feel like hit workouts could be, for my hits that I used to do was full body. You know what I mean, as well.
It's different full body, so it's literally to make you lift more weight. It's not necessarily muscle growth. HIIT is just more for endurance and shit. And also, I feel peaceful after I put myself through something strong.
It's like a
long
gauntlet.
like that. You have to do like 50 squats, 50 overhead press,
Back to back to back to back.
So you do like 300 reps, and
I
you're
love
supposed to
that
do it in
shit.
like under 20 minutes.
And you do all this by yourself?
Yeah.
See, I've tried, like last year, I worked out for a few months or something, you know. I see pretty good progress, and I wasn't working out hard or anything, but it's just hard. It's impossible for me to stay motivated by myself. I got like a weight room in my house, and it's, yeah, I got like a bench press and a machine that does all kinds of stuff, and like a treadmill and some barbells.
You can find
and-
motivation, just like you can find the ability to like look stuff up. And
You know what I
craft
used
your
to
art, you can
do
the
for
same
motivation?
As soon as you start taking days off, man.
That's what ruins it.
thing.
But you know what I
deserve a
used
day
to
off
do?
sometimes.
Well, I mean, you know what I mean. Like,
When
like you're supposed to work. Like, you should plan in days off for
Right.
you know, like healing. But then, like, as soon as like you start taking days off that you had
That
planned to
schedule's
work out,
important.
It's just like this, you know what I mean?
the
Even
more
if
you
just
take off,
go
the
in there
easier it is to start taking.
For 5 minutes,
Right.
what you're essentially practicing is showing up, and then the more you show up, the more you'll do. And that's kind of my mentality for a lot of
What I
things.
used to do for
Habit.
motivation probably won't work for you, but it's a weird thing I used to do is I used to watch all the workout vids, CT Fletcher and shit like that. I just used to watch those dudes work out. They used to get me pumped. But
Yeah, you can watch like whatever style you want. It's out there, you know.
I used to love them inspirational speeches too. Like, you are gonna, you know how them people use.
Oh yeah, dude. It makes
things
you
are
motivated.
fire,
There's
bro.
one that's like, you didn't get the promotion at your job. Good motherfucker. Now you can get better and blah blah blah. Like
Right.
all this
I
shit.
love that
like
shit.
feel the shame.
That's the
Remember
type
that
of
feeling, and I'm like, yeah.
If I am gonna work out with somebody too, that's the type of gym partner I would love to. I want. You know what I mean? So like a coach. You know what I'm saying? Basically, that's what I love about CT Fletcher's as you working out here. Curl, motherfucker, curl. All that shit. I'm like, yeah, bro. Yell at me as I get swole. You
The
know what I'm
biggest, best chunk of advice I ever gave anyone, because I've trained people before. It's just hard to keep people and everything, and I'm a motherfucker. Like, you won't like it. Like, people don't like working out.
You're not supposed to like your trainer, I don't think.
Exactly. Like, but like, if you're like really pushing yourself, just call yourself a bitch. Just call yourself a bitch. That's like the main motivation that really works for.
I'm not that proud. Be like, yeah, I'm a bitch. That's fine.
Once you're in there and you're like, everything's pumping and shit too, though, and you're in that mindset,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
endorphins are going, because that's what you really are. Is just like.
That's what I'm saying. I
waiting for
want
those
somebody
chemicals.
to be like, you're gonna give up. You gonna give up. You a pussy. You know, something like, nah, bro.
I still don't think I get the right level of endorphins and stuff. I think the microdosing's helping. Yeah, I started to talk about that and got off on some other stuff, but I'm starting to feel just more interested in life again, things like that, normal like I used to, because you need endorphins to like have ambition to do anything.
Yeah.
You need dopamine and stuff and serotonin. If you don't have that shit, then, but I mean, yeah, so I've been doing it for 6 weeks maybe now. 4 weeks on and a week off, and 5 days a week, sometimes 4, and then 2, sometimes 3 days off. And I started out with 500 milligrams a day, which is half a gram. And
Yeah.
it was too much. That's what I
a
used
lot.
last time, but they
Should do
weren't
like
as
0.3.
powerful. Yeah, I'm doing. I was aiming for 250, but if it landed between 250 and 300 milligrams on the scale, I took it. I put it in a bag. So and when I break it up in doses.
Do you have an expensive scale?
No, not. It's just a cheap old weed scale. I mean, it measures
Like a
out
$20
to.
scale?
I don't remember what I paid for it. It's one of
I
those
remember
black.
when I used to sell drugs.
you
I went to
know.
Walmart and copped the little, you know, the little, like food scales.
Bro.
That's what I used to use all the time.
I had someone back in the day and shit because everyone was selling weed. And this motherfucker, I was telling him, you need a scale, you need this and that, you need this amount of money. And he goes, okay, I got a scale. It was a scale that you fucking step on.
Right.
He brought this shit out from his car like this big. And I was
It's
like,
always sunny
"You
in
gotta take that
Philadelphia.
back."
In one of the earlier seasons, they're trying to. Charlie and Dee are trying to sell some cocaine that they had found and stashed in the speaker that they found, and it was the mafia's. And so they're like trying to weigh it out, and they're in the back office, and he's got a fucking foot scale, you know, and he's poured it on there, and he's like, well, apparently cocaine's weightless because it's not going up at all.
One of the most
But I
always
mean, yeah,
sunny,
so
isn't
the
it?
goal of microdosing is so misunderstood. Like, I've joined these groups in Facebook and stuff where I just got tired of it and had to get out because everybody is under the impression that it's supposed to be something like you take it and immediately feel better, like a pain pill or like Xanax or something.
It's a therapeutic dose.
What it can have, ideally, you're not really supposed to feel it. It's sub-perceptual dose. It can have a little bit of a subtle
Everything is shiny
antidepressant
a little bit.
effect, but if you're feeling a little trippy, you're taking too much. The idea isn't to make you feel better. The idea is to spark neurogenesis, which is a process in the brain. It improves neuroplasticity and sparks neurogenesis, which is the healing of brain cells and neural pathways that have been damaged by trauma. You know, they told us when you were a kid, once you damage brain cells, that's it. But that's not true. This can actually heal it. And if there's connections between neurons that are damaged, it'll either forge a new connection or fix that damaged one. If there are inefficiently formed paths from neurons that were formed during trauma or something, you can form more efficient ones and things like that. And I don't know how long it takes exactly. The longest I've done it is probably about this long. I did last year. I want to keep going.
I'm glad
but
it's
I'm
having
having-
good side effects for you.
I'm
though.
starting to. It took a few weeks before I saw any real difference, but I'm noticing something now.
I'm glad. That makes me happy as hell, man. I ain't gonna do no damn shrooms. I think at the level you're doing it, you know what I'm saying, I'd have a way smaller doses, but the last time I took it, bro, I took 4 grams, you know what I'm saying?
It's a big
That
dose.
was that was
Yeah.
horrible. I had Aaron Sawyer calls it the ego death.
Yeah, it'll
Bro,
cause
I
an
ended
ego
up
death.
turning
Well,
off all the lights, laying in my bed.
4 to 5
and,
grams
You
is
know what I'm saying?
what Terrence McKenna called a heroic
Tripping.
dose.
Shout out Terrence McKenna. He cold as fuck.
Yeah,
was.
that's if you want to have a full-on ego death and transformative
That shit don't even sound
like
fine.
experience where you realize that
Ego death.
you are consciousness wrapped in an ego, and behind the ego lies Brahman or Godhead, and then you realize that you are one with all consciousness at that moment, and you are like you feel just you're one with everything, all of matter, all of energy, all of time, all of consciousness. Just you feel like you are God for that minute. And you realize that that's what God is that pure
It ain't go
consciousness.
like that for me at all. It just made me feel like I ain't shit.
That's
and I
once
hate
you've
myself.
accepted the
Demons.
ego death. Once you start, your ego does not want to die. It goes into fight or flight mode and freaks the fuck out if you resist it. You have to be willing to surrender.
You gotta let go.
Tap in with RedBeard, man, if you need some shroom life. You know, it's shroom
Not if you
medication.
need some shrooms. Do not
Yeah,
call
you're
me for
not a
shrooms.
dealer.
If you need some
Don't tap in with
It's
me.
like-
advice or shamanic
Yeah.
wisdom.
It's like a guided trip.
I'm gonna
you
just
know
be
what I mean?
like,
Guided
this is not
meditation.
for
Great
you,
guide.
big fella. Don't do it. No.
If you've got mental illness, think twice about it. Definitely. If you've
Maybe
got
I just
trauma
got
in your
mental
life,
illness, bro.
you got to be careful about
If you have
psychedelics.
schizophrenia and you're
And that's
traveling,
that's one of those
don't
like
smoke
normal drugs, cocaine, opiates, amphetamines, things like that. Alcohol take you out of yourself. They're escaping mechanisms. Psychedelics take you into yourself, very much so.
I'll just stay sober.
And they can teach you things
I'm
about
too
yourself, help
pussy.
you change things about yourself. It's very much a different thing.
He
And you
talking
can
real
always
shit.
give somebody, like, if I give someone a certain amount of cocaine or Oxycontin or Xanax or alcohol, I know based on their weight and their stuff exactly how much it's going to affect them every time. Not even remotely, hardly with psychedelics.
You never
Different
know.
people have different experiences. I've taken 5 grams of mushrooms and gotten nothing before. It really set and setting are important. The mentality is super important. It's different. It's not a drug. Psychedelics are very different, and people are starting to realize how good they are for therapy. And like up in the Pacific Northwest, and like I think it's Oregon, it's legal to do psychedelic therapy now.
Yeah.
You take some psilocybin, which is the active ingredient in magic mushrooms, psilocybe cubensis usually, and then you go through a therapy session. Usually you'll do it closed, like with a blindfold on, and sound basically quiet, no sound, no vision, and
Sounds meditative.
it is transformative.
They do that therapeutic stuff even with ketamine. I mean, there's applications for
They
the majority
do
of things.
People do it with all kinds of psychedelics. I mean, mushrooms, LSD, even MDMA. MDMA more for relationship stuff usually because
I've
it's
heard that
it's
they
more
can be used for
serotonin based and
PTSD.
more that probably too.
Would
But
that work?
it might. I don't know. It sounds familiar, but there's so much to remember. But yeah, the reason mushrooms are preferred by therapists and stuff is the duration. Like 3 or 4 hours, and
It's not too long.
yeah, I mean, you take acid, you could be there for 12 hours.
I've been, yeah, too long.
I ain't gonna
Now,
tell.
acid does not work on me. Not the stuff I've ever tried. I've tried different things.
Just probably they were RCs.
I don't know. I mean, different things that
Research
people had given me.
chemicals.
Yeah, I know there
Thank
are analogs,
Yeah, like analogs.
Alad or CB2, things like that.
LSA is a good one.
It could LSA, yeah.
Yeah, that's
You
a
know what?
naturally thing.
That might be Alad. I'm
You
not
know
sure.
what? I've done a lot of research, and what works best for me is just busting a nut. I'm good at
Need
explaining.
that post nut clarity.
Yeah, I'm
It
just
is
straight,
good. There's
bro.
many things that you could connect with, but I believe there's the thing. So if we eat the same type of grain over and over and over again, our ability to get stomach cancer skyrockets. You know what I mean? Our bodies we're unique like that as organisms, that we need variety in everything, or we can't function properly. So I think just a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? Don't do anything in excess or gluttony, and then the law of diminishing returns.
Well, I look at psychedelic use as something that should be done medicinally. especially mushrooms. Do not take mushrooms because you want to have a good time or because you want to party or go to a concert. First of all, they might just fuck your psyche in the fucking face. They might show you who's boss if you fuck around with
That's
them.
what
You
happened to
need
me.
to respect them. And
shit was
second of all, I mean, that's the lady who introduced them to white men here in America. A white man in the 50s, I can't remember his name, went down to Mexico and met a woman named Maria Sabina. She showed him the magic mushrooms, the ritual, whatever, and then he introduced it to Americans and the West. And before that, we didn't know about that shit. And the 60s and 70s, a lot of excess and things, it got perverted and thrown in with all of that stuff, and people just saw it as another drug, and people just took it to, in excess, not without any kind of ritual or intention. Intention is so important if you want to have a good, I
feel like that's
a meaningful
with, the
trip.
same with like taking peyote only supposed to be done under ritual.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a
Shit
psychedelic,
like that. Yeah,
peyote.
you gotta, man, be
Or
there
San
for the right
Pedro, the
reasons.
mescaline-based cactuses.
If you ain't there for the right reasons, you're gonna have to go through some shit. You know what I mean?
You need to have. I always go into it with an intention. I want to improve this facet of my life. I want to help this or that aspect of my life for myself or whatever. And it's improved things that I feel weird telling people about because it sounds crazy.
It's personal. It's private sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, some things it can. Johns Hopkins has done studies on people who want to quit smoking. Addiction is one of the big things that mushrooms helps therapeutically. Is just it can cure addiction, which is not something we thought could really happen. But Johns Hopkins did this study with people who wanted to quit smoking cigarettes. And after one large dose, 4 grams or whatever, something like that, something like 55 to 60% of the participants were still cigarette-free. What was it, 8 months, 12 months later, something like this. I need to check out the study again. But people who tripped 3 times, when they checked back up on them, were 85% of them were still cigarette-free. Compare that to Chantix or our best smoking cessation drugs we have, where they're 10 or 15% at the best, and they come with these horrific side effects and
weird shit,
nightmarish, horrific, weird. Yeah, I don't know, horrific nightmares and stuff. Weird. Does not sound like fun, and most of the time it just doesn't work. And I don't know. There's just a lot of potential that they're starting to find out about this stuff, and I think it should be done in a ritualistic, healing kind of spiritual way.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, all psychedelics, but my preference has always been mushrooms. It's just very organic, and the duration is good, and I'm able to get positive results from the intentions and stuff. So that's been my thing. But
Right on.
let me knock everything over before we go.
Well, gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this was a dope episode.
This was fun, bro.
This was good.
Yeah,
we gotta do
like
more of
this shit.
these. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I did not mind it at all.
Most def. What we got, man? What we got coming up?
May 19th, live podcast at the Shrine.
Talk your shit.
Starts at 7. We'll end when it ends.
I guess I might be coming off of that. I guess. Sounds
Yeah.
like we were just talking about that. So
Get you up.
It'll be fire. Okie podcast will be there with Talk Signals and Magnez again. My queen is gonna be doing her first live podcast with the Soul Tap podcast. Her and Alex Miller.
that
so
should be good.
I'm excited for it, man. Y'all gotta check out her show. They've been going in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's,
Man, we should put a link to it or something
we can definitely do that.
in the description.
Shout out to my lady though, man. She's been busting ass. Y'all gotta check that joint out. It's fire.
I believe it.
I'm excited to see those
She's
girls
funny,
on stage.
dude. She's
you know what I mean?
fucking
And Alex is.
They both are.
They're so hilarious. You know?
I agree. Soul Tap Podcast, man. Check that out. You know what I mean? Check us out. YouTube, Spotify, all of that good shit everywhere. With all due respect, Rap Battle League, May 21st, man. It's gonna be crazy. Got something special happening there, man, that don't nobody know about. Just stay tuned.
We got a
you know what I'm
stats
saying?
card too. Either way, and that's gonna be.
It's heavy. Trey
Badass.
Boogie versus Dewan Dupree. You know what I'm saying? Tedious versus Kid 918. No, versus Aaron Sawyer. You You know
Yeah,
what I
there
mean?
we go. Yep.
Uh,
Beans is on there.
Beans Corleone versus Dre Gaines.
That's gonna be a good one. Yeah. So there's 3 nomads in there, and no Sub-Z's in there too, isn't it?
No,
is he not on the
Sub-Z
card?
on
Okay,
this
yeah.
card.
3 of
He'll be in the
is,
building.
Is okay, yeah. So it's
Sam
gonna be
Price
a good.
versus Pay Cheeks, 3 rounds.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? They coming back with it. They coming
Okay,
back
3
with
rounder.
it. Who I'm forgetting, man? Kid 918 versus
Ooh, yeah.
Lineage.
Yes.
Kid 918 versus
First
Lineage.
lineage.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a real special match for reasons. You know what I'm saying? I cannot disclose at this time. But
Okay.
stay tuned, man. Big things on the way, bro. I got some shit coming for the future as well, man. Just stay tuned. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Check out Oki Podcast. Check out Talk Signals, man. Check out Soul Body Hip Hop Cyphers, man. If Burns dropping any music, go check that shit out. Go check out JDB The Realest new album, History Made Me. Check out Lovelace, Black Velvet. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Alex Jurgen. Check out A
Facts.
Slade and Larry Beats. Larry with 3 R's. Some of his tags he goes by. You know, I mean, he was supposed to be here today. Couldn't make it. That's okay.
Go check
shit
out
happens.
the Socks On or Off podcast.
Yeah, with
Jules.
Jules.
You know what I'm saying? Young man. He killing the game. What else, bro? Hunt Club Wednesday. Zach Amon. Open mic. I'm doing shout outs right
These
now.
motherfuckers stay busy. I'm telling
Cepeda
you.
Cheeks and Roscoe.
I'm about to hop up on an open mic
Cellar
sometime
Dweller.
soon.
No shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Joe really liked my joke that I told you guys. I told it to her at the last battle, and she liked it. She didn't really have any notes. She was just like,
Yo, hey, matter of fact, new sponsor, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck, I don't know the name of that dispensary.
well, I mean, you gotta talk to them anyway, so I don't know if it's
Yeah,
right to shout them out
hold
yet.
on.
No, not that's
Oh,
not
okay,
that.
okay.
That's another meeting, man. That's you know.
Wait, we got somebody else already?
Yeah,
I
got
thought
a
it was
whole
just
nother
one.
business move.
Okay.
So I talked to the dispensary the other day. I got to get the name, bro, but they're about to start doing a lot of work for us and with us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm gonna just shout out Savage Capone, man. I gotta remember the name of the dispensary and shit. We gonna get better at
Fucking
that.
stoners, I can't stand them.
I don't smoke, man. I'm just perma-fried, baby. You know what I'm saying? So check out them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have y'all some info on that soon, man. Yeah, I got another meeting today. What I say in that
What
shit?
were we talking about? I did like 8 times. I didn't put this thing down.
Oh, what was it? What was the Lovelace one? We were all like, they were just chiefing back when we were smoking in here,
I don't remember.
smoking cigarettes. It
I don't
was-
fucking remember.
I couldn't remember.
It's gone. Yeah,
Anyway,
I
I mean
was
that's
hungry.
what's coming up. I mean, I
trying
don't
to
think. I think you got it, man. Yeah, I mean, come on out to the next battle. The with all due respect live. I'm gonna help host that. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
We got the podcast. Check out Let's Talk About Podcast.
Facts.
Oki Podcast. Socks On or Off. We shouted all them out.
So
Soul Body Ciphers. Should definitely check that out.
I'm trying to just think if anybody doing anything. I wanna shout out DJ Corrosion. Shout out my mom, man. She's always been there.
Shout out to Mom.
Mother's Day's coming up. Yeah, just shout out to mom.
I got a
Shout
good
out.
Love you,
Tuesday
Mama.
gift. Yeah.
When you gonna give me some blood work, boy?
You want to get some done?
I
Like
said that
until you
like
guys.
last time.
It's about
No.
time. It's about time you guys meet my family.
I met your family.
No, but like,
Kick it.
yeah, very interesting.
Shout out to my wife for getting me cool outfits. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of new outfits on the way that you're going to be seeing. Yo, me and Why Not got some exclusive shit coming, man. We got this clothing company we in the works of. Y'all ain't heard about this. Yeah, this is new for everybody. Black Hoodie Clothing. About to come soon, man. With the Black Hoodie, you're going to get the Black Hoodie exclusive merchandise as well as the With All Due Respect RBL shit. Possibly some RedBeard shit. With All Due Respect podcast shit. Soul Tap shit. Rappers, if you need merch, tap in, man. We about to be the plug. Black Hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Stay tuned for that. That's finna be crazy. That's a new thing, you know what I'm saying, that I ain't got to plug up yet. Shout out Why Not, man. One of the coldest B-boys to ever exist in all
He's
of
cold,
the
he's cold.
universe. He is dope, bro. He's been helping me with so much with this battle. She's become my right hand in the business, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to putting shit together and really building, man. He's become a brother for sure, man. Shout out to God, you know what I mean? You've
Gotta be somebody around here doing things that's older than me. I mean, you know, I can't be the oldest one. So.
right. What's it called? You've recently accepted the name Gavin The God. You know what I mean? That's official.
Gavin the God, Gavin the Villain. Those are the two.
So if you
I'm
come
dating.
out on stage as a comedian, you're gonna be Gavin The God. You might as well run with
Depends
it.
on the set.
THAGOD, man.
Yeah, it's
Gavin The
a-
God.
With all due respect, crowd, they'll get it. But
That's another thing. I'm gonna start changing my social media up a little bit. Start pushing that. got some other projects, but kind of based it more off of that shit.
Oh yeah, I started a Facebook page for RedBeard Productions. You can check that out.
Yeah,
Give it a like.
shit.
Behind the scenes tutorials and shit.
All kinds of stuff.
Some interesting shit.
With
I'm
all
gonna put
due
out all
respect,
kinds of shit.
Rap Battle League, the group that's been jumping on Facebook.
Yeah.
They talk crazy to each other. If you like that kind of thing, pop out because they be getting heavy
It's
on that
fucking
motherfucker.
nuts.
Did you see A. Pop on?
Yes, and I don't even know this cat who's talking all kinds of
It
shit.
makes me uncomfortable.
And then fucking Ben Billy needs to show up before he talks so much fucking shit.
Fuck.
Chill. So I'm gonna call it like this.
It's
So
all love. I'm just trying to stir
lot
the
of
pot.
That's just what it's all about. That's exactly. So
I
A.
love it all.
A.
Yeah,
is crazy. Let me tell you this. So I was watching some of his old battles, bro. He battled. He mad disrespectful.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Mad
That's his style?
disrespectful. Yeah, he a disrespecter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what you would call. Yo was saying he was battling this dude, KJ Toma. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, he an old Cash RBL vet. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Shout out to both of them. Man, it was in a battle and it was right before Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And bro's dad had just died. You know what I'm saying? And A. the type of dude, he don't give a fuck if he got a catch hands after. Like, he seemed like he that kind of character. So in the battle, bro said something about, you know what I'm saying? You probably, I know it's Father's Day. And you probably miss your dad. Well, I'm finna put you on the last ride.
Yeah.
Something about our tombstone. You on to his tombstone. Blah, blah, blah. Just was talking crazy to this man. I was watching bro in the audience. There was just this dude.
See,
and he was just, oh my God.
I would be so afraid of the shit people would dig up on me. I'm too sensitive. There's way too
That's
much
why you
weird
carry
shit
it.
in my life. I would love to do it. It's fun, but man, no.
Yeah,
No,
unless I could like come for someone's neck. You know what I mean?
It'd be like
100%.
making like, fun of my mental health and like, damn, dude.
Ow.
But yeah, man, A. coming soon, bro. That's gonna be a crazy joint. You know what I'm saying? I'm texting. That's against the rules. I'm taking care of business though,
Is that
man.
there's rules?
Nah, not really.
Not that I'm aware of.
I got some new features coming up. You know what I'm saying with Berto Brown. I got a joint
You
coming
getting on
with.
some tracks?
Yeah, bro, something like I got a joint coming with Lovelace. You know what I'm saying? Coming soon. King Castro X and Lovelace. That's been overdue. You know what I'm saying? And I got a hopefully a joint. You know what I'm saying? Coming with Soul Body Meta and King Spencer. You know what I'm saying? Possibly, bro. Some of that's still in the works, but you know what I mean? I got we got some shit in the works, man. Like I said, I'm probably about to quit performing for a while, you know what I'm saying, and take some time to get back in my stand-up bag, write some new jokes, and really polish up on that scale. Start hitting the stages, and then after that, I'm probably going to hit the studio and drop an album or something for the first time, because I ain't did that yet.
Man.
So, you know what I mean, coming soon, man. Y'all going to get them Castro exclusives, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean, right in front of your face and all of that. Kevin probably going to shoot the videos, you know what I'm saying? So,
Probably.
most likely, that's my guy. That's who I use
That's
for
my
everything. You know what I'm saying? I want that to be a stamp, bro. Anything I do, like RedBeard touched it. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? But like,
That's how it works,
anything
man.
video wise, this my guy. You want to see me? You know what I'm saying? Come see my man's first. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I guess if technically if you want to see him, you come see him. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we build it, man. Like this my video dude, bro.
If you like what you see him doing, then you'll like what I can make you.
That's what I'm saying. This
Look
my
like-
this my guy,
You
bro.
look good. I'll guarantee it.
Kevin RedBeard is definitely co-signed by King Castro X. It's my partner, man. I fucks with him on all his moves when it comes to what he do. You know what I'm saying? So he make the crispest footage. You know what I mean? Out here in the city.
Yes,
to me,
sir.
ain't nobody fucking with it. You know what I mean? I be getting aggressive on our show today.
There's some
good.
great. I'm not the best camera operator in the world. There's some great cameramen out there and some great editors, and I'm just pretty good all around guy. Where I shine is, lighting things, cinematography, and color grading, and that's my bag. That's where nobody can touch me. I feel like, but everybody's got their strengths, you know.
Make that shit look so damn pretty. Shout out to Kane. You know what I mean?
Yes,
one of
Kane,
my-
our editor, Fools Media, right? That's him.
Yeah, Foles Media. Shout out Russell Sun Eagle. You know what I'm saying? Again, Oki Podcast. I hope y'all did good over there at the Reservation Dogs joint. Shout out Daniel Warrior, man. You beautiful. You know what I mean? Super
All
bro.
6'10" of you.
How the fuck big is on? He
I think he's 6'10".
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the With All Due Respect podcast, where we express our truest thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And for those of you that don't like it, with all due respect, fuck you. Yeah.
Couldn't hack it, then maybe you should trash it. I'ma serve it like a delivery package. Misery's a habit in the latest fashion. She like to pull up in the fastest, hoopy with the black tip. We get it crackin', she releasing the dragon. Hold up, fire breathing. I am not a heathen. I am just a lion, crushing everything he's saying. Heat-seeking missile launcher with a beacon. With all due respect, fuck you for even speaking, ho.